the bench today, we've got a special one. Well, they're all special, but I wanted to kind of talk about this one. I have me a Taurus 38. It's the ultralight edition of this. Customer brought it in. They were out doing some work in their backyard, and they use this. And when I say their backyard, they have a multi-acre property, and they have a little, I guess what you'd call a little ATV that runs around, right? And what had happened was this gun sits in their ATV, and they use it for snakes and such.
What's this for, snakes and such? Yeah.
In this particular instance, he was clearing his brush pile, and he found himself face to face with a copperhead. Needless to say, he pulled this out and thusly dispatched that copperhead. What happened was on the last shot, he said the primer did something funky. And when he says funky, he told me like he heard it was like a light little pop, but not a full like bang. And when he looked at it, the front here, the bullet was sticking about halfway out. Now, he didn't bring this weapon to me. He tried to get it all cleaned out himself, which again, that's absolutely okay, and that is perfect. That is a-okay, perfect. You can do that if you can get it out. But what wound up happening was he looked down and he saw what I'm going to show you in this picture right here, which is that there is a large amount of the copper jacket still left. So what we're gonna do is, there's a couple of ways you can fix this. One of them is heat and force, where we just heat it up and we just bang it out with a tap or something, or like a jag. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use a little bit of chemistry here. I've ordered some solvent, some copper solvent, something like Sweet 63, or not Sweet 63. I'll put it in here what it is. But this is a Pro Shots version of this. It's not ammonia free because ammonia does dissolve copper, but it's these newer blends of stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wait for that to come in, and then what I've done, I'll show you. What I've gone ahead and done is I've gone ahead and plugged the back end up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it in this little setup right here. I'll show you. I'm going to brace that against here. Oh, that might not work. I might have to put a little weight right here, something like, I don't know, maybe like that. And what we'll do is we'll pour that solvent down here as soon as I get it. We're going to let it sit. So this stuff you shouldn't let sit on the metal for more than like 15 minutes or so. So we'll have to monitor this very closely. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for that to come in. And once it does, we'll go ahead and pour it in there, reset it, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're back. It's been a day or two, and this finally came in. This is, like I said, the copper salt solvent. We're going to, like I said, fill this up. Leave it sit for about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Pour it out, neutralize it with some vinegar, because I believe the active ingredient in this is potentially ammonia, but it says, yeah. So I've got my gloves on because it doesn't look like it's too pleasant stuff. So we're going to be very careful with it, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour it in there, and hopefully it doesn't leak out, but we'll go from there. Let that sit for a second. All right, it's been about 15 minutes. We're gonna dump this out, and then we're gonna neutralize it with some vinegar. So I'm gonna pause right here and tell you that I messed up. I didn't leave this in near long enough. This should have set for a couple of hours as opposed to 15 minutes. I just wanted to say that right quick. Okay, got it kind of cleaned out. Looks like some of it's coming off, but what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna keep at it, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so got some good news. This worked pretty good. It helped loosen it up, but I actually had to go to the hardware store, and I had to get me a length of brass rod here. And what I did was I cut it, and then I used that to sit into the barrel here. And this is brass because it's a lot softer and it won't scratch up in here. But the good news is that come popping right out on top of that. So I'll show you right there. So we got it out. So next thing we're gonna do is we're going to clean it up real good. We're gonna Taurus 38 ultralight, 6 rounds.